Get ready for a cinematic journey through the lives of Hollywood's most passionate actors. From timeless classics to unforgettable performances, this is a countdown you won't want to miss. Welcome to our journey through the lives and careers of the 10 most ardent actors in Hollywood history. Number 10. Paul Newman. A Hollywood icon known for his dashing looks and remarkable talent. With a career that spanned an incredible 5 decades, Newman left a lasting mark on the film industry. In the early to mid-1950s, Newman began his journey in the entertainment industry, initially playing small roles on television. However, it wasn't until 1958 that he had his major breakthrough in Richard Brooks's Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. In this film, Newman portrayed a bedraggled, alcoholic husband, delivering a performance that earned him the first of his remarkable 10 Oscar nominations. During the 50s, Hollywood was marked by a wave of rebellious young actors, and while Newman certainly had the talent, he faced fierce competition. Notably, he lost lead roles in 2 iconic movies, On the Waterfront, 1954, and East of Eden, 1955, to the likes of Marlon Brando and James Dean, respectively. Despite these setbacks, Newman's determination and passion for acting never wavered. However, it was in the early 60s that Newman's star truly began to rise. With films like The Hustler, 1961, and HUD, 1963, he began to garner attention and acclaim. These roles showcased his range as an actor, from a talented pool player in The Hustler to a charismatic troublemaker in HUD. Yet it was the late 60s that brought about 2 of Newman's most iconic performances. In Cool Hand Luke, 1967, he portrayed a rebellious prisoner who refuses to conform to authority, a role that resonated with a generation seeking freedom and individuality. Then, in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, he teamed up with Robert Redford to create one of cinema's most beloved duos. What set Newman apart was his ability to transcend his strikingly good looks. He never relied solely on his appearance, always delving deep into his characters to deliver authentic and unforgettable performances. In the 1970s, 80s, and beyond, he took on diverse roles in films like Slapshot, 1977, The Verdict, 1982, The Color of Money, 1986, and Nobody's Fool, 1994. Each of these roles displayed his unwavering dedication to his artistry, earning Paul Newman the admiration of both critics and audiences alike. Number 9. Humphrey Bogart. Quite possibly the most recognizable actor from classic Hollywood. Bogart's acting journey began in the early 1930s when he appeared in several stage shows. However, it was his breakthrough role in The Maltese Falcon, 1941, that catapulted him into the limelight. This film is often hailed as a pioneering entry into the world of film noir, a genre known for its dark and mysterious narratives. But it was just a year later that Bogart would secure his place in cinematic immortality with his iconic role in Casablanca. As Rick Blaine, he delivered a performance that resonates with audiences to this day. The film itself has become a timeless classic, and Bogart's portrayal of the enigmatic nightclub owner struggling with his past is nothing short of legendary. Bogart's talents weren't limited to just one genre. He became a staple in film noir, delivering memorable performances in major hits like The Big Sleep, Key Largo, and In a Lonely Place. In 1951, Bogart achieved another career milestone when he won his only Academy Award for his role in The African Queen. His portrayal of Charlie Allnut, a grizzled boat captain, showcased his versatility as an actor and cemented his status as a Hollywood legend. As the 1950s rolled on, Bogart continued to find success in films like The Barefoot Contessa and Sabrina. Sadly, Bogart's life was cut short during the golden age of Hollywood. In 1957, he died due to cancer. Number 8. Marlon Brando. An actor whose illustrious career spanned over 5 incredible decades. To simply call him a great actor would be an understatement. Marlon Brando was a force of nature and one of the most influential actors of the 20th century. Brando's journey into acting began with Stella Adler, where he learned the method acting technique proposed by Stanislavski. In the 1950s, Hollywood was in the midst of a transformation as the studio system began to decline. While his acclaim for A Streetcar Named Desire, where he played a conflicted factory salesman, is well documented, it's important to look at the other versatile roles he tackled during this period. He portrayed a paraplegic in The Men, 1950, a Mexican revolutionary in Viva Zapata, 1952, Mark Antony in Julius Caesar, 1953, and a disaffected biker in The Wild One, 1953. He even ventured into musicals, starring alongside Frank Sinatra in Guys and Dolls, 1955. In 1954, Brando received his first Academy Award for his unforgettable performance as Terry Malloy in On the Waterfront. The "I could have been a contender" scene from this film is etched in the annals of cinematic history. His second Oscar win came for his iconic portrayal of Vito Corleone in The Godfather. However, amidst the towering acclaim for these roles, some of Brando's equally important performances are sometimes overshadowed. His brilliance in Burn, 1969, Last Tango in Paris, 1972, and The Missouri Breaks, 1976, deserves recognition. But Marlon Brando was not just a legendary actor. He was also a passionate activist. He fought against the mistreatment of Native Americans and famously refused to collect his second Academy Award, citing the portrayal of Native Americans in a negative light. His deep-rooted commitment to the civil rights movement even earned him a place near the podium during Martin Luther King Jr.'s historic "I Have a Dream" speech. Brando's impact on Hollywood and the world of acting cannot be overstated. He played a pivotal role in popularizing method acting in Hollywood, influencing countless up-and-coming performers. His intense and immersive technique resulted in raw and poignant performances, solidifying his legacy as a screen titan. His first Oscar for A Streetcar Named Desire, his groundbreaking work in On the Waterfront, and his iconic turn as Vito Corleone in The Godfather are just a few highlights of a career filled with extraordinary moments. Number 7. Gregory Peck. A Hollywood legend known for his impeccable talent and distinguished presence on screen. Peck's ticket to international success came in 1944 with The Keys of the Kingdom. This remarkable film not only earned him an Oscar nomination, but also kick-started his journey as a leading man in Hollywood. Throughout the 1940s, Peck's career flourished thanks to standout performances in films like The Valley of Decision, Spellbound, and Gentleman's Agreement. As the 1950s rolled in, Gregory Peck became one of Hollywood's top stars. His portfolio of hits included memorable films like The Snows of Kilimanjaro and the delightful Roman Holiday, where he shared the screen with Audrey Hepburn. However, it was in 1962 that Gregory Peck delivered a performance that would become one of the cornerstones of his career. His portrayal of Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird not only won him an Academy Award, but also secured his place in cinematic history. The film, considered among the all-time best courtroom dramas, showcased Peck's extraordinary ability to breathe life into complex and morally upright characters. Peck's excellence extended beyond the Oscars. He received a total of 5 Academy Award nominations for Best Actor, winning once for To Kill a Mockingbird in 1963. Additionally, he was honored with the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award in 1967, recognizing his significant political and charitable contributions. The Golden Globe Awards also recognized Peck's brilliance, with him winning 5 out of 8 competitive nominations. He received the Golden Globe Award for Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama twice, and the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture once. In 1969, he was presented with the honorary Cecil B. DeMille Award. Peck's remarkable career was marked by numerous Lifetime Achievement Awards, including the Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award and the Donostia Lifetime Achievement Award. He was also celebrated by the American Film Institute, receiving the AFI Life Achievement Award and being ranked as the 12th greatest screen legend in classic Hollywood cinema. In addition to his film work, Peck received an Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Miniseries or a Movie for his performance in the miniseries Moby Dick, 1998. Number 6. Cary Grant. Cary Grant was not just a beloved actor. He was an iconic figure who perfected the art of the leading man. Cary Grant's career in Hollywood left an indelible mark. He graced the silver screen with his suave presence and remarkable comedic talent, becoming one of the most recognized and respected figures of classic Hollywood. Grant's rise to fame was marked by starring roles in some of the all-time best screwball comedies. Films like The Awful Truth, Bringing Up Baby, and His Girl Friday showcased his impeccable timing and the ability to deliver witty dialogue with flair. His comedic prowess was unparalleled, and audiences couldn't get enough of him. The 1950s saw Cary Grant teaming up with the legendary director Alfred Hitchcock in a series of films that would cement his legacy. Classics like Notorious, Suspicion, To Catch a Thief, and the unforgettable North by Northwest showcased Grant's versatility and ability to navigate the suspenseful world of Hitchcock cinema. But Grant was not limited to thrillers. He also excelled in romantic comedies. Films like An Affair to Remember and Indiscreet proved that he could effortlessly switch between genres, making audiences fall in love with his charisma all over again. Cary Grant's fame and acclaim extended into the 1960s with hits like That Touch of Mink and Charade. Despite his numerous iconic roles and stellar performances, it's surprising to note that he never won a competitive Oscar. Nevertheless, his contributions to the world of film were so significant that he was honored with an honorary Academy Award in 1970. Number 5. Alec Guinness. Alec Guinness's journey into the world of acting began at the age of 20 when he made his debut in theater in 1934. He quickly proved himself to be a versatile talent, embodying various Shakespearean roles in plays like Hamlet, Merchant of Venice, and Romeo and Juliet. His dedication to the craft was evident early on, and it was clear that he was destined for greatness. In 1939, Guinness adapted Charles Dickens's Great Expectations for the stage and took on the role of the energetic young man Herbert Pocket. His ability to make literature's characters come alive on stage was astounding. During World War II, Guinness served as a seaman in the Royal Navy, demonstrating not only his commitment to his country, but also his resilience as an individual. His transition to the world of cinema was marked by his screen debut in David Lean's adaptation of Great Expectations, where he reprised the role of Herbert Pocket. This was just the beginning of a prolific film career that would span decades. Guinness became closely associated with the famous Ealing Studios, where his comedic talent shone brightly in films like Kind Hearts and Coronets, 1949, The Lavender Hill Mob, 1951, and The Lady Killers, 1955. His impeccable comedic timing and versatile acting made him a star. However, it was his role as the tenacious British colonel in David Lean's epic World War II drama, The Bridge on the River Kwai, 1957, that catapulted him to international recognition and earned him widespread acclaim. This iconic performance showcased his ability to portray complex and morally driven characters with depth and authenticity. In the 60s and 70s, Alec Guinness continued to work both in British and Hollywood films, collaborating with esteemed stars like Peter O'Toole, Omar Sharif, Julie Christie, Sophia Loren, and Richard Burton. His later career was marked by critical acclaim for playing George Smiley in the spy series based on John le Carré's novels. While Alec Guinness's portrayal of Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original Star Wars trilogy made him a household name for a new generation, it's important to remember the vast body of work he contributed to the world of acting before and after his intergalactic journey. Number 4. James Stewart. A Hollywood icon whose name is synonymous with prestige, box office success, and the quintessential American everyman. In the vast pantheon of everyman actors, Jimmy Stewart reigned supreme. With a career spanning nearly 60 years, Stewart starred in multiple iconic pictures. Stewart's path to stardom began after graduating from Princeton. His early collaborations with acclaimed director Frank Capra, particularly the 1939 political comedy Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, propelled him into the limelight and earned him the first of 5 Oscar nominations. Just a year later, he clinched his only competitive Oscar for his role in the pioneering romantic comedy The Philadelphia Story. The 1940s saw him continue his success with the heartwarming Christmas classic It's a Wonderful Life becoming a beloved part of cinematic history. The 1950s proved to be another prosperous decade for Jimmy Stewart. He starred in several Alfred Hitchcock classics, including Rope, Rear Window, and Vertigo, solidifying his reputation as one of Hollywood's most versatile and enduring leading men. What set James Stewart apart was his embodiment of the idealistic American everyman. While other actors like Marlon Brando, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Daniel Day-Lewis may be considered more talented, Stewart's characters, seemingly simple on the surface, exude incredible depth in their own unique way. His work ethic was unparalleled, and his ability to breathe life into a diverse range of characters remains unmatched. Stewart's collaborations with renowned directors such as Hitchcock, Capra, John Ford, and Anthony Mann gave birth to cinematic masterpieces that continue to capture audiences to this day. It's worth noting how Stewart's roles in the post-war era and the 1950s took on a considerably more complex and darker edge. While he charmed audiences as an irresistibly charming common man in Capra's Mr. Smith and It's a Wonderful Life, he also delivered sensational performances in more challenging roles. In Hitchcock's Vertigo, Otto Preminger's Anatomy of a Murder, and Anthony Mann's Winchester 73, Stewart showcased a tougher and edgier side, completely at odds with the innocent on-screen persona he had cultivated in the previous decades. Number 3. Laurence Olivier. Laurence Olivier, a master perfectionist, stood alongside luminaries like Richardson and Gielgud to form a highly influential triumvirate that revolutionized British theater. However, Olivier's talents were not confined to the stage. He seamlessly transitioned to cinema, becoming a household name by bringing to life some of literature's most beloved characters. In Pride and Prejudice, he portrayed a swoon-worthy Mr. Darcy, capturing audiences with his charismatic and romantic portrayal. And as Maxim de Winter in Rebecca, he exuded charm and charisma. What set Olivier apart was his relentless commitment to his craft. He was a highly energetic actor who meticulously crafted his characters. He had a unique approach, often latching onto a specific physical characteristic or item of clothing to inhabit his roles. His formal training at the Central School of Speech and Drama endowed him with an unparalleled control over his voice, making his performances truly remarkable. It's evident that Olivier poured his heart and soul into every character he portrayed, leaving audiences spellbound. Who could forget his bellowing wartime call for arms or his impeccable rendition of the St. Crispin's speech in Henry V? His dramatic prowess was acknowledged with an Academy Award for Best Actor. Laurence Olivier's contribution to the world of entertainment extended far beyond his roles. He was celebrated as one of the greatest actors in Hollywood and was honored with an honorary Academy Award in 1978. To further honor his legacy, the largest auditorium in the National Theater was named after him, serving as a lasting tribute to his outstanding contribution to the world of theater. Number 2. Al Pacino. With a career spanning over 5 decades, Pacino is one of the very few actors to have achieved the Triple Crown of acting, winning Academy, Emmy, and Tony Awards in the acting category. Pacino's journey to fame was marked by his breakthrough role as Michael Corleone in The Godfather. This iconic performance catapulted him to stardom and garnered him acclaim and recognition that would define his career. Yet it was Dog Day Afternoon in 1975, a film where he collaborated with director Sidney Lumet for the second time after Serpico in 1973, that showcased one of his finest performances. Pacino's ability to immerse himself in complex characters and bring them to life was on full display in these gripping roles. While it's true that Pacino was often associated with gangster roles, He actively sought out diverse characters throughout his career. From the early 1970s to recent decades, he has portrayed a wide range of characters: a cop, a small-time crook, a mafia boss, a blind army veteran, a football coach, and even a truth-seeking journalist. His versatility as an actor has allowed him to excel in each of these roles. Pacino's impact extends beyond his acting prowess. He now runs his own production company called Chow Productions. The first two letters, CH, pay tribute to his friend and acting mentor, Charles Laughton, who co-founded the company. Number 1. Clark Gable. Rising to prominence during the silent film era, Gable would go on to achieve international fame and acclaim during the 1930s, becoming one of the most beloved and commercially successful stars of his time. In fact, he was often referred to as the King of Hollywood. Gable's journey to stardom reached its pinnacle when he won the Oscar for his captivating performance in the classic romantic comedy, It Happened One Night. This accolade not only recognized his immense talent, but also cemented his place as one of the leading figures in the entertainment industry. But Gable's career didn't stop there. In 1939, he delivered another iconic performance as Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind, a film now considered among the all-time best in cinema history. His portrayal of the charismatic Rhett captured the hearts of audiences worldwide and further solidified his status as a Hollywood legend. Gable's career continued to thrive for the next 2 decades, with his final film being The Misfits, where he starred alongside the iconic Marilyn Monroe. It's worth noting that this film marked the last picture for both of these legendary actors. In recognition of his immense contribution to the world of film, in 1999, the American Film Institute named Clark Gable 7th among the greatest male stars of all time. Born in Cadiz, Ohio, to William Henry Bill Gable and Adeline, Gable's journey to stardom was not without its quirks. He was mistakenly listed as a female on his birth certificate, and his original last name was Gable. However, it was changed due to anti-German sentiment during World War I. The name Clark was a nod to his maternal grandmother's maiden name. Throughout his career, Gable had the privilege of sharing the screen with some of the most popular actresses of his time, including Joan Crawford, Myrna Loy, Jean Harlow, Lana Turner, and Norma Shearer. His on-screen chemistry with these leading ladies contributed to his status as one of Hollywood's top male stars. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey through the lives of Hollywood's most ardent actors. If you loved this video, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing tales from the world of Hollywood.